Hey there YouTube, what's up guys? It's been a little while since I did a vid, but I personally wanted to thank a couple people for shouting me out. I heard megacapitalg shouted me out, so thank you, shoutouts to him as well, and especially thanks to highadric. He's probably the one who got me most of my subscribers recently, so thank you very much to him. Uh, yeah, so I just wanted to get on with a couple things. I don't actually have cards in front of me, unfortunately, but I am going to probably do a deck of the month. Since I don't really have cards in front of me, I can't really do this the best I can. I'll leave a deck list in the description below, but I will give you one of my Gladiator Beast decks. In fact, I'll give you one of the ones that I was going to run at New Jersey right now. This one's very good. It's gone through a lot of testing, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's played it either has really liked it or really likes it right now. So yeah, I'll just get right on that. It's 42 cards. It's pretty good, but yeah, trap lineup's kind of heavy, but again, it's to be expected with this kind of deck. 3 Test Tigers. What can I really say about Test Tiger? It's probably the best offensive card in the deck. I mean, think about what it can do. It either gets you fucking Smashing Ground, Typhoon, or just Geyseris, and game pretty much ends. Or again, Secutor, the game pretty much ends as well. Stratos, probably the key hitter of the deck. What he does is basically he forces out removal, since you'll just protect him with traps, and most conservative players will just keep taking the 1800 beats until they just can't anymore, and then they'll have to burn a card on him. But you just keep hitting with him and forcing them to either take a lot of damage early, then you can win the game later with enemy controller, or like a big Geyseris play into a lot of damage, or steal games through damage just because Stratos forces a lot of pushes. And there's all kinds of stuff like that that you'll just fall in love with when you play Stratos. Stratos is so beastly. 2 Prismas for Geyseris combos, I think that's pretty obvious, but you know how it's done. If you played the deck before, you just dump Bestiari, and you go Test Tiger into Darius, and Geyseris, and tag out, and do some crazy shit. Or you do what I do, is I dump Laquaris and just Equeste them back for advantage. Forces them to take action, which, especially in a Gladiator deck, is really good. 2 Laquari, obvious. 2 Hoplomus, it's a choice that I want to talk about. Not a lot of people play multiple Hoplomus, but Hoplomus is a very, very good Gladiator beast. You just swing into it with you just watch them swing into it with their fire dogs, or their Blackwings, Light Sworns, whatever, and just tag out to Murmillo and beat them. In the mirror match, they'll get a chance to tag out first, but cards like Book of Moon, Enemy Controller, Gladiator Beast War Chariot, kinds of stuff like that will mitigate it, so you won't really have a problem with the mirror match. And outside of the mirror match, it's pretty much the best Gladiator beast. One Gladiator Beast Equeste. That's all that you need, because Gladiator Beast Equeste normally never dies, and just keep protecting with the traps, return to your deck, tag out to like Retiari or Laquari. Most of the time I go for Retiari, unless I don't really have any trap cards to protect it, then I go Laquari. But yeah, anyway, because I would rather go for the plus, like, I guess I consider Retiari a plus half, because DD Crow's a neg 1, but you're removing something essential, so it's pretty much a plus 1, but not really, because Graveyard Advantage is plus 1s for later, but I don't know. My card advantage system's a little different than everyone else's. Bestiari, obvious staple of the deck, destroys a spell or trap. You have to play around their bottomlesses, but if you do, it can be really rewarding to actually tag it in. Murmillo, obvious, blows up monsters, combos with Secutor to get around Stardust, all kinds of stuff. Retiari, I pretty much consider this guy a staple right now. He's pretty good. Remove Stardust that are in the graveyard. Necrogarden has Light Sworns, Flambills, random monsters if you know they run Avarice, and keep them under 3 darks, keep their lights and darks out of the game, you know. Like, it becomes a chore, but retiaring the graveyard every turn is rewarding and will win you a lot of games. Cold Wave, obvious card. It's better than Heavy Storm. It's better than Giant Trunade. It's better than pretty much every single spell and trap removal card in the game. It locks them down, blow up their cards, and they're still locked down for another turn, so you can just win the game or set up. 3 Book of Moon, stops synchros, protects your monsters from battle, blah blah blah. You know how it's done. 1 enemy controller for the mirror match. Most of the time in the mirror match, you'll use the tribute 1 monster to take control of one of their monsters. Like, you'll force them to use removal on one of your Glads, and you'll chain enemy controller, take their Glad, swing with it, and go for a quest to take back the Glad you sacked. I was playing 2 for a lot of the format, or actually, you know what? Just stick with 2. Probably a better idea. Who cares? Yeah, I'll just say stick with 2. 2's been working great. Card's better than Smashing Ground in pretty much every way. As a defensive card, it obviously is way better because Smashing Ground can't be defensive at all. Offensive card, you can usually take out two bigger monsters with it just by going enemy controller, turn their weakest one to defense, run over it, tag to Murmillo. Whereas Smashing Ground, if they have 2 monsters that are in your way and you can't get over them, you're kind of just sitting there looking kind of dumb. Mystical Space Typhoon, obvious card, kind of nutty when you play it properly, because most of the time you're going to get them to use spell and trap removal on it, and then you chain it. Like, that's the best way to use Typhoon and Dust Tornado, instead of just on random back rows, unless you know you're going to take control. Reinforcement of the Army, obvious, get Stratos, Prisma, for the combos, you know. 3 Dust Tornadoes, kind of amazing card. Clear their back row. Most of the time, again, you get them to 2 for 1 by like forcing them to play Icarus on it. They chain on their other back row, or you get them to I don't know, do something stupid like MST it, or tag in a Bestiari, or Lila, or whatever. Like, a lot of ways you can get them to play cards to kill it. Then you just chain it on their back row. Definitely one of the best ways to bait out spell and trap removal is with your own chainable spell and trap removal. You'll just quickly soak up those pluses, and playing GB amazingly gets you to do that a lot, because they're basically going to have to go after your backs. 2 Road, kind of obvious, protects your back rows, and if it ever goes off, your opponent can just scoop up the cards instantly. One of the biggest mind games that I do with this card is, like, when either if I have it or I don't have it, I'll just pull a Stardust out of my extra deck and get it, like, pretty much just right there, almost on the field. Like, that'll kind of mess with their heads, because they probably won't play the Heavy Storm if you know that you're gonna have it, or if you do have it and you do it, they might think that you don't have the road because you're heavy bluffing, and then they play it, and then you road them, and you proceed to get them to scoop their cards up. Trap Dustshoot. What can I say about the best trap card that's ever been printed outside of Crush Card Virus? Yeah, Comfy their hand, proceed to win. Solemn, amazing card. Use it to, you never really use it on Heavy Storm now that Road exists, but use it to just lock up the win condition, which is the Heraclinos. So you just use it to end the games that way. Call the Haunted, probably one of the best trap cards in the game as well. Combos with the 3 Dust Tornado really, really well. Sets up Prisma plays, always live with Prisma, etc., etc. 3-dimensional prison, kind of obvious. Protect your monsters, remove Stardust. 2 Bottomless trap hole, pretty much been a staple. 2 Gladiator Beast War Chariot, staple in Gladiator Beast deck. And 2 Compulsory Evacuation device, which is pretty much my body's a shield that protects your monsters sometimes, and does all kinds of combos, and gets rid of Stardust. And guys, extra deck, Darius, Heraclinos, etc. Yeah, gotta go. Peace. Love you guys. Bye.